Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Remote Learning. Boys and girls, we are going to start with the third lesson of third week. We have started a chapter from our history section and we are going to discuss its last lecture today. The chapter is about the East India Company. We discussed the importance of East India Company, that it entered in the subcontinent in order to do some favors in the form of trade. They stayed there in their staying stations. They used the local uh, favors which were given by the local rulers, and lastly, after some time, they were able to grip over the political situation of the subcontinent. So they were basically those people who entered in this region in the attraction of the trade of spices, jewelry, and textiles. Boys and girls, before I start with the reinforcement and revision of today, keep your copies, book, and stationery items with you so that you may do the written work once I complete the discussion about the chapter. So today is the third lesson and the last lesson regarding this chapter. Here we have already discussed about the so many things that were going on within the subcontinent when the Britishers entered and gripped the economy, and then they defeated the local rulers like Nawab Sirajuddaulah in different wars. And we also discussed about the appointment of certain people to the East India Company. For example, the ambassadors of King James to Mughals, that was Sir Thomas Roy. And then we talked about the Warren Hastings, who was appointed as the governor of Bengal. We discussed about the trading centers which were settled previously, and most of them were within different regions of the subcontinent. We talked about that the fact that the English merchants entered in the East India Company by the 17th century and by the end of 16th century, and the battles which were fought between the Britishers and the local rulers, and the most important of them was in 1957 the Battle of Plassey. Here we will talk about some more about the India Act, which was given by the end of the battle by India towards the people of India or subcontinent. The Actually, this was the start of British rule within the subcontinent, and it was the basis of the government in India until the India was divided in 1947 into two countries, that is Pakistan and Hindustan, or which is now called India. Now, Pitt gave certain reforms within the India. So let's talk about the Pitt reforms. Pitt's India Act 1785. After the Battle of Plassey, this Indian Act was given by Pitt. We have already discussed about the Pitt. The East India Company was to be for the trading only. The government of India should be in the hands of the Council of the Six Men in the London, within the senior members of the British Parliament in charge. The India itself, there should be a Governor General in Council who will be overall ruler of the subcontinent, but he will still understand the control of British Parliament, who could be overrule him. So from these 3 points you can well imagine that the Britishers and the British government was holding a strong situation within the subcontinent, and they were not going anywhere up till then. Then no bribery or presents will be acceptable to the uh, for the political or the other favors, and the official must be paid with good salary. So this was a nice attempt, and what last an independent court to be established to try to offenders. So again, some kind of reliefs were given, but again the hold was wholly solely within the hand of Britishers. Now, Hassan we talked about the Hastings reforms for the company. The revenue collection was removed from the control of the locals and Britisher collectors were appointed. So this was the first step in which they got another grip. The company's treasury was moved from to Fort William to be controlled by the senior most officers. He promoted trade by controlling the commercial taxes. So trade and taxation, they were to be reformed by the Britishers, and some reforms were given by the Pitt and some were given by Hastings. So that was all for today, boys and girls. The last two questions were left. We will do them in our worksheet. So let's start with the revision of this chapter through worksheet. Here is the worksheet of this chapter. Here are a few questions which are multiple choice question for you. The first one is, the first charter of East India Company was granted to the England merchants on December 1600, 3rd December, 30th December 1500, 31st December 1600. The right option is 31st December 1600. The second one is, Dash was the ambassador of King James I to the Mughal court in 1615. Sir Thomas Roy, Sir Warren Hastings and Robert Clive. So this was Sir Thomas Roy. The third one, the important event in the 1757 was the Battle of Plassey, the capture of Arcot, and the Battle of Buxar. So this was the Battle of Plassey. Number 4, Dash was appointed as the Governor General of Bengal in 1772. This was Robert Clive, Warren Hastings or William Pitt. So this was Warren Hastings. The French trading station was located at Pondicherry, Hyderabad, Surat. This was Pondicherry. There are few true and false for you. State whether they are correct or incorrect. The first one is, Mir Jafar was in the secret touch with the Robert Clive in the Battle of Plassey. This is true. The East India Company paid 10 million rupees to Sirajuddaulah for help. This was false. William Pitt was the Prime Minister of England in 1785. This is true. The East India Company was responsible for the terrible poverty in Bengal. That is true. The Dutch drove Portuguese out of the most of the India except Goa. This is true. The French governor Dupleix and was based in the Chandranagar. This was false. The last two questions of the textbook, they are here. Why was the Pitt's India Act important for the Indian and the British? Pitt's India Act was important for both Indians and the British because it put control on the British government and East India Company and placed the government in the hands of the Parliament. Number 2, it tried to bring the civil reforms. And secondly, why do you think the Hastings called the founder of British India? So the answer for this is because that he tried to set up the proper system of government. Secondly, he established the British rule in India. So that was all for today's lesson, boys and girls. Just go through the chapter, read it carefully and underline the important events that took place in the history of subcontinent during the tenure of East India Company within the region. So do your work and submit it timely in the Google Classroom. Thank you very much. See you soon inshallah. Allah Hafiz.